Alright, here we go. 8v8 on Rosetta. The calm before the storm. You're looking at two teams that don't just want to win, they want to dismantle each other. Blue opening up with some standard skill. Rad's looking to counter as well on the left side. If you've seen Rosetta, you know what that means. Keep your eye on the left-hand flank right here. This is where the battle is going to happen. It's where the game is going to get decided as the game continues to progress. The train is open, so anything can happen. The reclaim will be dense, and whoever controls it first will dictate the entire mid-game. As the two players look to duke it out in the middle of the map here, looking for continuous pressure. Blue, Zeeberg, looking to get some big damage on number 24 here, Jiva, open skill. Who is Zeeberg though? He is the top ranked open skill player for the blue team, and he's looking to do some big damage here. He is going to be playing the Legion faction and against Urban Assault. The top player for the red team here, going Cortex. So we have a bit of Cortex versus Legion action on the left flank. Meanwhile, as we zoom out, we can clearly see the rest of the map here as it starts to unfold. Pink and orange here looking to hold back Random 64, preventing him from pushing up too far into the open. Meanwhile, Chronic 7442 getting a little ambitious here, looking to perhaps get some terrain, deny these mexes from CMDR Wedge. Meanwhile, Zeeberg on the left flank here getting 2v1'd. He needs backup and he needs it now as his units are starting to falter as the blitzes here continually put up the pressure, and he'll be looking to snipe his commander here as he's left wide open and he has nothing to help him. Bro is lost in the sauce, gets a turret up in time. Meanwhile, the Geneva looking to sacrifice a single blitz over here to Zeeberg as a offering. Perhaps he's looking for some peace, and that blitz was a sign of a truce. But Zeeberg sees it as an opportunity, puts down a couple of turrets, and now he's going to be looking to building the Great Wall of Bar. This can mean we're looking for a long haul on the left flank here, but Assault here doesn't want to let this fortification grow. Already going to be moving out with his commander, looking to get some big damage done with his thugs and looking to push in deep and aggressively. While these towers are doing big damage, his commander is caught sleeping at the wheel here. The thugs looking to push up. The laser turret getting huge rank ups, already triple stars. That man's got a badge of honor as holding the front line down by himself. But the reclaim still on the side of Assault here. Zeeberg here not opting to repair his turret here. It's going to end up dropping, which, as his main line of defense, could really hurt him in the long run. Now enter the fray here, but meanwhile he's looking for a flank. Can he get any damage? Geneva though setting up a turret. It might make it in time. With some good micro though, he should be able to do some big damage here. He doesn't end up sniping the mech. Meanwhile on the front line, chaotic madness going. D-guns going wide. Meanwhile, the units in the backline here getting missed micro like crazy. Perhaps he's on high ping, or he only has a 1 CPU brain. He's ended up getting nothing with that huge opportunity. What a waste. The thugs though looking to get some big push damage. The commander getting chunked down to 25% health. This could be devastation incarnate, but the laser turrets are here to peel it back. 20% and dropping. But the main thing here for both sides is this reclaim. As right now there's 400 reclaim on the field. Reclaim basically allows you to eat up 60 to 70% of the total unit cost on a unit that has fallen, furthering your metal economy, especially in the early game, where you only have about 15 metal per second. So this is huge for red team. Is going to look to break down this fortification, dismantle it, turn this into a graveyard. Blue thought he was building a base. No, he was building himself a grave, a very fancy one at that. As the Carry-On now looking to get some big damage, but scared of the two thugs, forced to retreat. Meanwhile, Zeeberg does have a radar here, and all that's doing is spotting some bad decisions, as now he's forced to retreat. While as the left flank slowly crumbles into dust, let's zoom out on the map here and see what else is happening. We have Clubsguard here controlling the middle completely by himself. Barbarosa's here getting a good left flank hold here, putting the pressure on Geneva really hard, forcing him and denying him these 3 mexes, which is huge for his economy. Meanwhile, on the right hand flank, we have Chronix here pushing heavily into red territory, but Wedge holding it strong. He's building a little bit of a fortification here. His orange teammate looking to cover him. Meanwhile, getting supplied by the green guy in the back. And on the right hand flank, the pink man, he's gunning, dude. He's another Legion enjoyer, and he's looking to hit the pedal to the metal. As Random 64, only with a couple of units and a few walls, but good jukes, dodging those missiles. Perhaps those robots had too much oil to drink and they're a little impaired. As we head back to the left-hand flank here, we can clearly see it is now crumbled into dust. Nothing left but metal scrap and perhaps some lore event on the map. These tanks will become fuel for the red team economy and perhaps told around campfires on what not to do. As the thugs continue to push up the hill, there is a power plant here that if it goes down, it can cause catastrophic damage for the blue player, possibly even knocking him out of the game, as now he has a few recluses. Tier 2 has now entered the fray. Meanwhile, light blue here sends in a couple of fiends as witness them brothers as they sacrifice themselves to the metal gods. Fiends here looking to desperately support. This is all or nothing for blue here. Can he hold the line? Can he stop red from getting over this hill? Once they get a fortification on top of this hill, it's all but GG for blue. So right now everything is coming down to one final moment, one final brain cell. Can blue pull it together? Or are they going to be sitting in a psychiatric ward after the assault trauma? But big D-Guns coming out. Berg hits huge D-Guns, turning the whole fight on its head. What just happened? D-Guns going through a hill? I didn't even know that was possible. With the thug army completely in shambles, nothing left but 5 units, a former shell of the might that they once held, now forced to make decisions on what they want to do. As Sheldons continue to poke up, push on the pressure, the thugs though slowly building up back in mass, but perhaps that bought the Berg enough time to stall and allow blue to help him here. As now the Decurions are shelling away, got the Gatling machine guns, thugs missing a lot of their shots here, losing out on a huge chunk of DPS. Assault here desperately trying to get this radar up to give a huge advantage to his units, as right now, without radar, your units are basically blind. Imagine if you need glasses, you didn't have glasses on, that's your units and beyond all reason without a radar. Everything is blurry. You're just kind of eyeballing it, but with the radar, much more precise. The precision is definitely there. As the Sheldons now continuing to poke away at the thugs. With some good kiting, the Sheldons are the natural predator of the thugs here. As long as blue has 2 hands, yes 2, he needs more than 1 here. He should be able to kite the thugs into oblivion and stop this force right in his tracks, which he is doing to absolute perfection. The thug push, now once a game-ending move, is looking to throw the entire game into chaos, as there is 2,000 metal on the field here. Yo, boys, grab your spoons, grab your forks, because it's an all-you-can-eat metal buffet. And I'm hungry, man. And that is looking like a 5-course meal. The Sheldon's out pushing up, shelling away at the thugs here, doing big damage. Assault Babushka doing big damage. The commander drops. Just like that, boom goes the dynamite. He thought he was pushing, but in reality he was throwing. He should be in the Olympics, man, for that kind of throw. As those D-Guns brought him back in the game, and now his commander wreck on the side of blue. That is a donation of 3,000 metal to charity. Yo, what guys, if you're feeling like donating, drop a like and hit a sub, man. As you can donate to the Grot Foundation, we take all and everyone. We don't discriminate, we love you all. Metal, robots, meat bag, whatever. As the Hellions, the Legion Tier 1 bots vehicles go with the push up here, get some good poke damage. This is probably a bit of a mistake here, as they're looking to become cannon fodder. But the Shurikens, though, here to shut down the defenses from red here. The teamwork, this never happens in my team games. My teammates are always sleeping or eating Doritos. But the air player actually having hands, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You guys should go buy a lottery ticket, because I've never seen this kind of luck. As the Hellions push in, the devastation is everywhere. What does red have to offer? As that push continues on the left, let's once again zoom out and have a look at the rest of the map. Purple, holding still strong in the middle. Green, holding his line, just like we last saw. Meanwhile, Wedge here, getting some ground back, but still not being able to claim those mexes. And Orange, missing out on some mexes as well. Green, though, here to reinforce. And Blue and Pink, there's out here sunbathing. Maybe getting a tan on some robots. Or if it's a robot, would it be Rust? And Rust is not good. The Geo has fallen. We are getting called for units. The Sheldons are pushing in. Blue with a dominating advantage. We zoom out fully to the map here, crushing on the left. Middle's being held evenly, and right, a snooze fest. Anyways, let's head over back over to the left-hand flank, as this is where all the action is. Right now, tier 2 needs to come on the board. A couple of Jaguars have now entered the fray. They're fast, they're nimble, but is there enough in numbers to catch up to the Sheldons and melt them down? Jaguars, the natural predator of Sheldons, can they get on top, or perhaps he's just feeding them away? This is not this is what I call a strategic blunder, as the Jaguars look to walk up and get cooked live on air. Forced to retreat his fallen brothers, will he get away? No. He becomes one with the wreckage, one with the environment, and a tale that will soon be forgotten. Now blue team has 2 commanders up at the front, further fortifying their position. Meanwhile, purple here has a massive no man's land, but tier 2 is on the board as well. That's just tier 1. Pardon me, I need to catch my glasses as well. We have some Sheldons here pushing up. The Shurikens here looking to freeze the Fiends in place. Where is the air player when you need him? He's not there. He doesn't see it yet. He's not responding. They need him, and they need him now. The Fiends have now made it into Red's base, looking to incinerate him, as the flames will set them free from this game and allow them to play. Red, angry, now typing in chat, I was playing against 3 players. Air was late. Blaming his air player and his teammates, classic when you overextend. Remember guys, when you lose in a video game, it's never your fault. Always blame your team, as you always play perfect and your teammates always play like a 5-year-old learning how to play bar. Meanwhile, yellow here coming with some Jaguars, looking to support the red player, as now he's basically knocked out of the game. 3 strikes and he's out of there, and he'll be sleeping under the bridge after this. He's homeless, nowhere to go back to, with 1 con to his name, desperately trying to find a cardboard box here. Will he be able to find anything? But blue does have to keep in mind, there is 6,000 metal here left behind. If this does not go unchecked, red does have a way back into the game with some juicy reclaim. So this push has to be all or nothing, as I don't think blue will be able to sustain a red team counterattack if they're able to regain this area and reclaim that metal. So let's look into the play here as they zoom in on this factory getting melted. That's not a trade, boy. That is a robbery. Blue just lost everything, and red now has full control over the area. What has happened? And I think blue lost their dignity with that. That is not looking good, as yellow looks to push up fully, using their momentum here. The reclaim now locked in. A poor blue commander here stranded way beyond enemy lines here. Once this is noticed, he will be gobbled up by the Red Sea, and there'll be nothing left but bones. Do robots have bones? I guess they have wires. Wires are kind of bones. Anyways, let's jump over to the map once again, as red seems to retake the left flank. Meanwhile, purple holds a commanding position in the middle. Green been forced back. Purple versus dark brown or light brown, just sitting here, chilling and grilling. Meanwhile, pink, zooming on pink, pink has finally woken up from their 4-hour nap and decided to play the game. Gramps is angry. Gramps wants to go fishing, and blue is stopping him. You can look like the crack open the cope one, and these robots are turning into can openers. Pink pushing up, but he's too scared to push in fully. Blue does still hold the high ground, and it looks like he's going to fall back and retreat for now. Meanwhile, let's zoom in on the left flank once again, as red has hit the pedal to the metal here. Full throttle ahead. The counterattack is big, and it is devastating. It's just a back and forth match. This is crazy. But the Mausers here using as frontline units. Last time I checked, artillery was for the backline, not for the front line. And that man just turbo sent his artillery into death. Perhaps he was speedrunning the curve. Blue, double agent? Maybe. Let me know down in the comments below. Forced to run back. Red now on the good decision. He knew from last time overextending could cost him the game. And now decides to open up on the much weaker and less defended part of the map, the pink area, where the turrets are all in the front and he can hit him from the back. Horse stock is attached. This is a crazy flank, could decide the entire game. Right now, purple's base is being held on hopes and dreams, and a single energy plan But Red's breathing down his neck, and the defenses are falling. 3 bulls remain. Meanwhile, the artillery unit, just a passenger along the journey, as he's not supposed to be in this army. But Red only knows all hard and Red just feeding over a couple of units. Devastation, but it's okay. Blue now has the control once again. The seesaw is endless. Now, meanwhile, on the right-hand flank, though, Red is starting to gain some ground, and the momentum is starting to go in their favor. Zoom in the pawns, being cannon fodder to the front line here, going in, dying one by one. With the clock ticking, we need reinforcements now, as orange and brown have a significant advantage here. Blue is all but becoming a turtle, hiding in his base. Orange seeing an opportunity with a couple of satire light plasma bots looking to walk up and gain some distance. Wasp, the gunships are now in and they're ready to fire. There goes the plasma bots. Just cannon fodder sacrifices, or perhaps he didn't want them anymore and he wanted a handicap, so he gave away a few units to make the game a bit more of a challenge. I'm all for a challenge. Now the Sheldon ball on the left hand flank has started to build up. This means trouble for the red team, as now the top 2 red team players have left. With the economy still slightly in favor of red, however, it's going to come down to one final fight, one big push. Whoever can get control of that reclaim field will decide the game, and it looks like that fight's about to begin. Green's here, backed up by purple's defenses, and the Sheldons on the left looking to get a full enclosement here. Let's see how well this is going to go. The Jaguars pushing up, hitting that W key, diving in harder than I've ever seen before. The ships here forced to respond. The gunships now here putting on the pressure. The reclaim field growing faster than my hairline, as 12.4k is now on the field here, and this reclaim field will decide the entire game. If you look at metal per second, each team has about 600. So getting 11,000 metal on your side will swing the game completely. Meanwhile, we have a couple of airplanes here, just using for fighter cover, so no shirkings or bombers can prevent these Sheldons from getting roasted live by the Stutes. Imagine losing tier 1 to tier 2 units. Couldn't be me. Meanwhile, Green looking to have a nice comeback. Perhaps I will learn how to take a reclaim field this game, as both teams are looking to fight over this heavily, especially the pink player, as he looks to grab this all up. Get your straws, boys, because it's time to suck this place dry. Now blue all alone, getting attacked by Geneva with the air support. There's nothing here to help him. Perhaps a commander bomb is all we can hope for to turn this game around, as now the beige player looks to put on the pressure as much as possible. The air player is outmatched, outgunned. He's forced to force his attention on the right hand flank. Pink is now pushing in over here as well. Blue is devastated. He might uninstall after that catastrophic battle. He's not even here anymore. He's completely logged out emotionally and out of the game, as these orange tanks now looking to gain ground once again. Wedge here trying to make sure green can't leak into this fight and allow pink to push more freely. Each side is teetering, sawing, but beige now has a commanding force, knocking outside of blue's base. And if I'm blue, I'm running for the hills. It's okay to be a coward when your life is on the line. Remember that, folks. The tanks are moving in. The tier 2 mechs is on the front. He just grabbed tier 2. He's spamming out quick shots. That's not what we need. We need a bigger meteor unit. We need something heavier. Where is the units? The Geo goes up in flames, just like this man's career. It's looking like the game's about to be over. The Jaguars have entered the back line. Pink is dominating on the right, and now the middle line has crumbled in 1,000 pieces. And the resign vote has come out immediately past, and that's going to be GG, folks. What an absolute roller coaster. Geneva, top damage. What an absolute banger of a game. If you guys enjoyed and you want to see more Barcon, hit that like button and subscribe, as I'm always bringing you the most chaotic games ever. Peace.